Hello friends, welcome to our channel. It was just another ordinary night shift inside a call center in Udyog Vihar. But there was something about that place after midnight that never felt right. During the day, it looked like any other office, full of noise, movement, and life. But at night, everything changed. The long corridors felt empty, the air felt heavier, and the silence between phone calls felt unnaturally deep. The glow from computer screens lit up tired faces, and the constant ringing of phones echoed through the hall like a never-ending loop. Outside, the entire area was silent, almost abandoned, as if the world itself had gone to sleep, leaving only that building awake. Rahul and Samir had been working there for months. For them, night shifts had become routine. They would sit side by side, wearing headsets, solving customer problems, and counting hours until their shift ended. Right next to their cubicle sat a girl named Ria. She was known throughout the office for her perfect performance and disciplined behavior. She never wasted time, never got distracted, and rarely spoke to anyone. Every night, she would walk in quietly, place her bag on the chair, log into her system, and begin her work as if nothing else in the world mattered. Samir had tried many times to start a conversation with her. Sometimes he would greet her, sometimes crack a small joke, but Ria would only respond with a faint smile before returning to her screen. There was something unusual about her silence. It didn't feel normal. It felt as if she was distant, like she was present physically but mentally somewhere else. Still, no one thought too much about it. In a busy office, people often mind their own business. Everything continued normally until one night when something strange began to unfold. Around 12:30 a.m., Ria received a call. She calmly picked up her headset and started speaking in a soft, steady voice. At first, no one noticed anything unusual, but slowly, people around her started realizing that the call was not ending. Minutes passed, then half an hour, then an hour, and still, she continued talking. This was highly unusual. Calls in that office rarely lasted more than a few minutes. Slowly, people began exchanging confused looks. Something about this call felt wrong. The team leader also noticed this and decided to check her line without interrupting her. He connected to the call and listened carefully. And what he heard made his entire body go cold. There was no one on the other side. No voice. No background noise. Not even the sound of breathing. The line was completely silent. But Ria was still talking, as if someone was responding to her. Her voice was calm, slow, and strangely emotionless. It felt like she was following a conversation that no one else could hear. The moment the call was tapped, Ria suddenly stopped speaking. She slowly removed her headset and turned toward everyone in the room. The look on her face had completely changed. Her eyes were filled with anger, but not the kind of anger a normal person shows. It was cold, hollow, and deeply unsettling. For a few seconds, no one moved. The entire office fell into complete silence. Without saying a word, she stood up, picked her bag, and walked out of the office. That was the last time anyone saw her working there. Days passed, but Ria never returned. At first, people assumed she might be on leave. But when her phone remained unreachable and she stopped responding completely, the management decided to visit her address. What they discovered there shocked everyone. The people living at that address informed them that Ria had died several years ago. Her parents confirmed that she had passed away long before. When Rahul and Samir heard this, they could not believe it. They had seen her every day, sitting beside them, working normally, talking on calls. Her system was always active, her chair was never empty. Everything about her felt real. If she had died years ago, then who had been working there all this time? After this truth came out, the atmosphere in the office changed completely. A strange fear spread among the employees. The once busy environment started feeling heavy and uncomfortable. People began noticing things they had never paid attention to before. Late at night, footsteps could be heard in empty corridors. Slow footsteps, like someone walking alone. Security guards searched the entire floor multiple times, but no one was ever found. One night, an employee ran out of the washroom, trembling in fear. She said that while washing her hands, she saw someone standing behind her in the mirror, a girl with loose hair and glowing red eyes. But when she turned around, there was no one there. Another night, the pantry lights, which worked only with motion sensors, turned on suddenly. But the pantry was empty. When CCTV footage was checked, it showed a shadow near the water dispenser slowly forming into the shape of a girl. Fear slowly took over the office. People stopped staying alone. Every small sound started feeling suspicious. Then one night, Rahul experienced something himself. While working late, he noticed that the computer in Ria's cubicle suddenly switched on by itself. No one was sitting there. The screen lit up, the login page appeared, and within seconds, it automatically logged in. The name on the screen was Ria. Rahul froze in fear. Within moments, the system logged out again, as if nothing had happened. When Rahul told Samir about this, he didn't believe it. He thought it was just fear or imagination. But everything changed one night. Around 3 a.m., Samir received a call. As soon as he answered, a familiar voice spoke. "Hello, this is Ria. How can I help you?" Samir's heart started racing. He immediately disconnected the call. But at that exact moment, the lights in the office began flickering violently before going completely dark. In the dim light, Samir noticed something that made his blood run cold. The chair in Ria's cubicle was slowly spinning on its own. Terrified, he walked toward the pantry, hoping to calm himself. But as he stood there, he felt a cold presence behind him. Then a whisper came close to his ear. "Samir, did you forget me?" Slowly, he turned around and saw her. Ria stood there, her face pale, her hair loose, and her eyes glowing red. Before he could react, the lights suddenly came back on, and she disappeared. Samir ran to the elevator and pressed the ground floor button. But when the doors opened, what he saw was not normal. It looked like a dark graveyard filled with lifeless people staring at him. Among them stood Ria, smiling faintly. Overcome with fear, Samir closed his eyes and started praying. When he opened them again, everything was normal. But that experience broke him completely. The next day, Rahul and Samir quit their jobs and never returned. Later, they learned that the call center had been built on land that once used to be a graveyard. Many believed that something from that place had never left and continued to exist inside the building. Months passed. Life slowly returned to normal. But one night, at exactly 11:45 p.m., Samir's phone rang. It was an unknown number. He ignored it at first, but the calls kept coming again and again. Finally, he answered. There was silence for a few seconds. Then a faint, static sound came, followed by a voice he could never forget. "Hello, this is Ria. How can I help you?" Samir tried to disconnect the call, but his phone froze. And then something even more terrifying happened. The voice was no longer coming from the phone. It was coming from behind him. Slowly, he turned around and saw Ria standing in the darkness of his room. She smiled and whispered, "You answered my call. Now you can't disconnect." The next morning, Samir was found unconscious. His phone was still connected to the call, showing hours of duration. After that, he was never the same. He kept repeating one thing again and again. "She's still calling me." Even today, at exactly 11:45 p.m. Some phones still ring, and when someone answers, a soft voice says, "Hello, this is Ria. How can I help you?" So next time your phone rings late at night, think carefully before answering, because some calls are not meant for the living. If this story scared you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more terrifying horror stories.